In virtue of the authority committed to me as President of the Catholic University of America, I'm very pleased to confer upon each of you the master's degree or first professional degree for which you have been individually recommended by your several schools and by the Academic Senate. Congratulations.
You may don your hoods. Will those receiving baccalaureate degrees please stand?
Woo! In virtue of the authority committed to me as President of the Catholic University of America, I'm very pleased to confer upon each of you the baccalaureate degree for which each of you has been individually recommended by your several schools and by the Academic Senate. Congratulations. You can all be seated now. Dear graduates, parents, faculty, trustees, families, honorary degree recipients, and honored guests, I want to extend my heartfelt congratulations to all of our graduates of the class of 2024 and their families, and in particular, Mom and Dad. This moment is the culmination of years of planning, work, sacrifice, and persistence. Congratulations. Since our founding, the motto of the Catholic University of America has been Deus Lux Mea Est. God is our light. It's on the banner right behind you. It has guided and animated our institution for 137 years. A few months ago, we launched a new brand platform with the tagline, "Lead with Light," which takes that motto one important step further. It was inspired by Pope Francis, who said, "It is not enough to receive the light, but rather one must become light and manifest the light with our whole life." Graduates of the class of 2024, you are the light for the world. I have known this since I stepped on campus 2 years ago. I remember going to a meeting of student leaders and feeling the energy, the joy, the enthusiasm in that room. I've spent my entire adult life on college campuses, but I have never experienced a student body so full of optimism, hope, and joy. I have been energized and refreshed by every interaction with each of you. You give me hope. Today, we are sending you out into the world, and let me assure you, the world is in great need of your light. Light is essential to our survival. It allows us to see and experience the world around us. It also keeps us warm and in a good mood. And if you want to get a little nerdy about it, and why wouldn't you, it provides us with that really important vitamin D. which is critical for your bones and your immune system. We take light for granted, yet it is a daily marvel. What we see today is made possible by an untold number of photons, waves or particles of light that were produced 40,000 years ago in the core of the sun. The time it takes for them to go from the core to the surface, and then another 8 minutes or so to planet Earth. So, it's an awesome gift that we receive, free of charge, every single day. Without light, we would stumble around this world in darkness, much like the man born blind, whom Jesus encounters in John's Gospel. Jesus, who reveals himself as the light of the world, takes clay he has made by mixing dirt with his own spittle, and in a manner that foreshadows the sacraments, he anoints the eyes of the blind man. And then he says, "Go and wash in the pool of Siloam." The man follows the direction and he receives the gift of sight. And when he's asked by the Pharisees how he can see, he doesn't have any answers. All he knows is that he was blind, and now he sees. It was a miracle, freely given and freely received. But the gift of sight is just the beginning of the blind man's journey. In a second encounter in the Gospels, Jesus reveals himself as the Messiah, and the man believes and worships him. Jesus brought not just sight to the blind man, but also spiritual enlightenment. Pope Francis called the healed blind man the image of every baptized person who, immersed in grace, has been pulled out of the darkness and placed in the light of faith. Again, freely given, freely received. The absence of light we call darkness. But darkness can't be measured. It can't be counted. It can't be manipulated or studied. Essentially, darkness is nothing, simply an absence of light. We say that darkness overcomes or darkness encroaches, but really, light is the protagonist. Light is energy. Light is power. Light disrupts. Light pierces the darkness. Light, however, can also wane or be put under a bushel, or it can be extinguished. In our current cultural moment, we can often feel like our values are being attacked and darkness is overtaking our society. It is true that there are those who won't appreciate the light you bring, who would like to extinguish your light, or, ask you to turn it down a little. Why so bright, they may ask. It takes great courage to shine your light in those moments. When I became the president of this university, I took a public oath to hold fast to the faith in its entirety, to faithfully hand it on and explain it, and to avoid teachings contrary to it. I confided to a few close friends of mine after the installation that I literally felt the weight of this responsibility set on my shoulders. Living out this oath has required me to have a few difficult moments over the past 2 years. I can speak from experience. It's not always easy to be faithful to the responsibility and the gift we have been given. I would like to end with a quote from Father Joseph Ratzinger, who of course became Pope Benedict XVI. In 1971, Father Ratzinger wrote, "The future of the Church will emerge from those whose roots are deep and who live from the pure fullness of their faith. The future of the Church will be reshaped by the saints who see more than others see because their lives embrace a wider reality." Imagine how bright a light we would shine in this world if we allowed our light, this great gift, to shine without apologies and with great courage. Class of 2024, you are the light of the world. Let your light shine before men, that they may see your good deeds and praise your Father in heaven. It is a daunting but inspiring responsibility. Do not be afraid. You have been well prepared for this task. Lean on each other, hold one another accountable, and remember to pray, as Jonathan just told us, and as Pope Francis has suggested, so that God may help us to carry forward the light we received freely, that light of God that has done so much good, the light of friendship, the light of meekness, the light of faith, the light of hope, the light of patience, and the light of goodness. Be a light for those around you and show the world what it is to truly lead with light. God bless you all.